Why do you expect the sales associate to care about you? All they care about, guys, is making their commission. That's the honest truth. They don't care if you buy the bag or not. They care if you get the bag because they're going to get the commission, okay? Same as, do you care about the sales associate? No, you don't care about the sales associate. You just want the bags. I don't think you guys realize, like, when a sales associate has worked in a store for so long, they've actually given everything they have to people. And they don't have much left to give. So there reaches a certain point in retail where I think people, they don't have much left to give because their soul has been sucked out of them from people.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. So I have a day off today, so I thought I would respond to some of the comments on one of my previous videos that I made last week, which was talking about how to not score a bag at a boutique or why you might be an annoying customer kind of thing. So my video, what was I even talking about in my video, guys? Let me check. Thanks so much, guys, for anyone who comments on my videos, because honestly your comments really inspire me to I guess discuss other luxury related topics, and I love hearing other people's perspectives of things. Interesting to talk about today, I guess, working in retail in general and particularly luxury retail. And I think it's good to, even if you don't work in luxury retail, to understand the perspective of the sales associates, and it'll kind of make, I guess, put into perspective as well for you why you might not be getting something that you want or why someone is behaving the way they are towards you. And yeah, my biggest thing would be to, I guess, not take anything too personally. If somebody is having a bad day and you've got some really bad customer service, I wouldn't take it personally. It's honestly, there's a lot of reasons why that sales associate may be behaving. My neighbor's dog is always barking. He loves barking. Someone was just mowing the lawn and he... Anyway, guys, I'm just going to make this video anyways, but anyways, let's just go through the comments. Oh, guys, I went to Mecca today, and I'm not really that good at doing makeup, but sometimes you guys ask me about, like, my makeup and stuff, so I bought this new Stila, like, eye glitter. It's called Glitter and Glow, and the color is Wanderlust, and I'm wearing it today. I think it's kind of, like, it's... I don't know if it's going to hurt my eyeball, but I really like the subtle pink glitter. And my eyeliner is actually the Stila eyeliner as well. I really like it. They just released this new one that's got a really small micro tip. So this is the regular tip. So I couldn't like make super thin line, but I'm really excited to try out like doing like a really subtle wing, because lately I've been doing like some chunky stuff on my eyes and I don't know if I love it. So yeah, sometimes less is more, so I'm trying to achieve a more subtle cat eye, so see if this works. And I also, sometimes you guys ask me where I get my necklaces from, because lately I've been really into statement necklaces, and this one I recently got from the Outnet, and I think it's gold plated. So I find a lot of necklaces on the Outnet, and I just got some more in the mail today. I've got one very similar to this, but it's from the same brand. So this one is kind of like some plastic beads, but I really like the tone of them. And I don't know if it goes with what I'm wearing today, but I feel like it adds a little bit more of a texture. Say if you're just wearing like a plain black t-shirt or plain white t-shirt, I feel like adding a statement necklace really like makes you look like you put in a little bit of effort. This brand, what is this? Kenneth Lane. This necklace brand, Kenneth Lane. Have a look, guys. They have a lot of really nice necklaces. And I also got one from MM6, Mason Margiela. This one was on sale. This one is not like... I tend to like getting ones that are at least like gold plated, because I feel like the gold plated ones, they kind of look better, like they catch the light more than like gold tone, which I buy a lot of costume jewelry, but I like it to just be like really statement and like still last, because I mean a lot of people say just invest in fine jewelry, but like if this was fine jewelry, guys, like you know how much this would cost? It was like a solid gold necklace, like you gotta be kidding. So I'm like I'm not like, I love dainty fine jewelry, but I also really love like over the top like costume jewelry as well. So this one is, it's not even sterling silver, but I just thought it was really cool. I still have to take the plastic off, but it's got these little charms on it, like a key,
like a bottle opener. Like, I just think it's pretty hilarious. So it will go with more of my, like, I guess, biker chic outfits, or like, you know, rock and roll. When I look like a rock star, I'm gonna wear this necklace. So yeah, I really like that one. But anyways, I think I'll go through your comments now that the dog stopped barking. So firstly, I'm probably gonna talk about Holly Grace's comment. Hi Holly, and thanks for watching. Holly says, I used to work in retail for 7+ years. Guys, listen to the list. No food, no water, no rest, no breaks. It's pretty brutal industry. And then she says, yeah, Jessie, fashion retail consumed all my energy and literally my soul. So yeah, I'm gonna agree. Like, it really depends on what store you work in, guys. Like, I've worked in a lot of different stores and the environment in each store was really different. Some were really a little bit more chill. Like, you know, you had time to drink water, you had time to take your break properly, and there was enough facilities for you to like eat your lunch or like just have a good, because you kind of need breaks for your mental health as well. Like, staying in the same room for like 8 hours a day, like 5 days a week, or like if you're full time, it's kind of sends you crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys, like, I've had an office job a few times, and I can imagine that would play a lot on your mental health as well, being in the same room for that long. But particularly in a retail job, you're in the same room for really long amounts of time, and you're always encountering these people, which, like, a lot of people you meet, like, you know, random people are really friendly, but then a lot of them are quite like demanding, or they can even talk down to you. So like, after many years of that, like having to tolerate people who are having a bad day or whatever, like constantly coming to you, I think it really plays on your mental health. And a lot of people come into stores with the idea that you owe them something, or you owe them good customer service, which you do. But I think, like, a lot of people go shopping to literally suck the life out of sales associates. Like, they come in and they're very demanding. They ask a lot of questions, and it's because they're bored. And I don't think you guys realize, like, when a sales associate has worked in a store for so long, they've actually given everything they have to people, and they don't have much left to give. So there reaches a certain point in retail where I think people, they don't have much left to give, because their soul has been sucked out of them from people expecting everything. And like, you really need to take a break, basically, when you get to that point. And I think a lot of people in retail, after many years, they might experience times where, yeah, they can work full time, and yeah, they can take a lot. But I think there's times where they really need to, I don't know, either step down to casual, or like only do a few days a week, because there reaches a point in retail where you really cannot tolerate people at all. And for me, like, I was noticing in myself working in retail for so long, I didn't even want to go out and see my friends, like, on my days off, or like after work. Like, the thought of talking to anybody, like, it was actually giving me anxiety. So I think, yeah, retail, it's not something that mentally, I think you have to be very strong if you want to do it for the long term, because you can tolerate a lot of things short term, but like, your brain actually can only tolerate so much. So I understand what Holly is saying by that. And also, if you're combined not only with the mental factor, but combined with not being able to drink water or food for really long amounts of time, physically that like messes with you as well. I've had really bad digestive problems for many years because of retail, because I've been only drinking, like, I had times, like, someone commented on my video yesterday, and I like posted pictures of myself, like, when I started collecting handbags, and someone commented, oh, Jess, like, how do you keep skinny? Like, are you vegan? And, like, I'm not, guys, but those pictures of myself from back then, I was actually quite underweight, and I have kind of put on weight since then, and I'm still quite skinny, but I'm, like, healthier than I was back then. And I was that skinny not because I was vegan, it's because I wasn't really eating much because of retail, and I was drinking a lot of black coffee so I could be energized and, like, this a false sense of, like, happiness. I had to force myself to be this character, because it's what people expect of you in retail, and it's what
And it's the fact is, like, we're not robots. And if I treat myself like a robot, like, you know, I have to be this energetic person selling machine, physically your body starts breaking down. I found like I couldn't eat food properly anymore. I didn't want to talk to people. I had a lot of anxiety. And I still struggle with those things. I still have bad problems with my stomach. I still, like, sometimes I lose too much weight. Sometimes I put on weight. Like, it's not actually, there's more to life than what you might think. And in terms of, like, lifestyle and stuff, like, people asking me, like, how do you stay skinny? I think that's a really bad question, because I just find, like, the whole community of people on YouTube who are talking about diets and stuff, I find that is, like, the most toxic part of YouTube. I would not like veganism, and, like, everybody's body and life is different, so I would never take advice from anyone on, like, what you should eat or what you should do with your life, and you should most definitely not be taking advice from me. So yeah, anyway, there was that comment. So yeah, Holly, I definitely, I'm glad that, you know, you understand, and, you know, it's not easy working in retail. So, Nikki Thomas, hi Nikki, she says, I think it all comes down to how much you get along with the sales associate or CA. I get along with my SA in Louis Vuitton. I don't usually queue up to get into LV, and LV always have a long queue. I just walk in and wait in there. But I always tell my sales associate on the phone, I see him in 1 hour and he got other client, I serve them first. I do late 30-minute or 1 hour sometimes. And he is all fine because I get along with him. I give him cash in the envelope as a gift. He is happy about it. Only gift on Xmas and Easter only. Okay. So Nikki, the thing is, like, when you start in a retail job, like a luxury retail job, you actually sign a contract to not accept gifts over a certain amount. So, like, really, like, I wouldn't be telling everyone on the internet that he's accepting cash, because you can get fired for that, for one thing. So that's the only thing about that. I mean, unless you gifted to him outside work, it's actually like a part of your contract to not accept gifts over a certain amount of money. I think it's like, I don't know, like $200 or something. So yeah, you can definitely gift your SA like small things, but there's a point where it becomes like a bribe, or like it becomes too expensive for the sales associate to accept, and it actually belongs to the company at that point. So, and I mean, yeah, I mean, if you spend money with him, it's a business relationship. It's not a... Don't think that your sales associate is your friend, guys. Like, unless you know each other personally or have gone out to, I don't know, dinner, which a lot of, you know, high fashion companies, they'll have for their VIP guests. They'll let you take your client out to brunch or cocktails or something to help the relationship. But it is still a business relationship. If you're exchanging money and, like, products between each other, it's not a true friendship. So yeah, there is still that pressure on him to, I guess, satisfy you as a customer. And yeah, it's good that you've organized this relationship where you don't have to wait in the line. And a lot of people do have relationships like that with their sales associates, and that's really amazing. But to have that relationship, you really need to spend money, and you have to be loyal to that one sales associate. Yeah, and you have to kind of just get along with them as well. If the sales associate, you know, sees that you're wasting their time, and what do I mean by wasting their time? Wasting their time is maybe asking them to get you something, and then you get it, and then they say, no, I've changed my mind. And then maybe they're like, actually, no, I want it. Oh, actually, no. Like, they're kind of like indecisive, or if they're very picky, like, I know it's not really fair, but you get some clients that are very picky, and if it's not perfect, then you have to source another one for them, or, you know, they're a bit difficult. So it's more money in, so it's all money, guys. So if the sales associate, like, don't think that they care about you guys. Like, nobody cares about you, and nobody cares about the people who work in the store. They're like, do you really care about the sales associates who work in, like, are you like, oh, I care about everyone who works in a store? Like, you don't care. So why do you expect the sales associate to care about you? All they care about, guys, is making their commission.
That's the honest truth. They don't care if you buy the bag or not. They care if you get the bag because they're going to get the commission, okay? Same as, do you care about the sales associate? No, you don't care about the sales associate. You just want the bag. So it's a business relationship, and you shouldn't expect much more out of it emotionally than that. Because that's what it is in luxury. It's not anything to do, it's a little fantasy world. There's not much more to it than that. Stacey, can you do a video on when customers should do, on what customers, let me start again. Could you do a video on what customers should do if they encounter a crabby or miserable sales associate? This happens a lot. Someone else maybe have pissed them off and now they are in a salty mood to deal with you. I'm sure all of your experiences on here, especially when it comes to Chanel sales associates, aren't from bad customers. They legit roll their eyes and are rude to customers for no reason right off the bat. I haven't had any real bad experiences, but I have encountered people who seem completely miserable. They absolutely do not provide the best service at all. This is where I disagree with the tips you mentioned. If someone is spending thousands, I would at least like to receive the same service that I would get at a high street brand. I've noticed high street seems to be much more friendly and overall happy to do their job versus luxury. Why is that? Maybe dealing with rich entitlement? Yeah, interesting. I mean, Stacey, there's a lot more pressure on people who work in luxury stores as opposed to high street. High street, it tends to be like a group commission, so it's like if you make store budget. So individually as a person, you don't have that pressure to meet your target. And so you also have less people on your back pushing you to make money in a high street store. Not only that, but the customers there have lower expectation because the product is not as expensive, so you're gonna have a lot less general complaints, whereas in a luxury store every day there is a drama, guys. Like it depends on what brand again, but if you're in a really top tier brand, every day is a drama, guys. I'm not exaggerating. So there's always something wrong, there's always something you have to manage or deal with, and sometimes maybe there's a sales associate who had a lot to deal with that day, and there might be a client who is asking for something that is absolutely impossible to get, and maybe they're on their wits end and they literally cannot take it anymore. And again, guys, there's nothing you can do about a sales associate's attitude. Like, the only thing you can do is not like care, because like I understand you want to go into the store and buy an item, but you can do that. It doesn't really matter what the service, like you can do that and just buy it. Like, I understand it's thousands of dollars, but the problem is the system is set up that the sales associates get so burnt out that you can't, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, the thing that has to change is, I guess, the upper people who are at the top. Like, they have to hire more people. They have to treat the people who work there, I guess, with like have more mental health checks with them. Maybe give them time to cool down, drink water, and also explain to them how to, I don't know, deal with these really crazy clients, because you do get clients who are really like they mess with your brain, guys. Like, you really, a lot of people who work in retail, like they're dead inside basically, and that is from working in retail for a really long time. So I don't know if that's something that happens to everybody, but maybe these sales associates that you've encountered are like literally dead inside and they've rolled their eyes because that is probably their coping mechanism to deal with life, is that they've become bitter and they just can't even stand people anymore. And from the outside, I understand that looks like that's not right. It's definitely not right, but there's something wrong with the sales associate for them to act that way, and that's nothing you can change. The only thing you can change is, I guess, get someone else to help you or go to a different store. And that, it's not easy working in these stores, guys. So if you've experienced that from a sales associate, don't take it personally. It's unfortunate, but it's also the nature of the fashion industry. It's the nature of working in these stores. It is not easy, and you can imagine you see the lines outside these stores. Do
that is intense in itself. The fact that people are lining up to spend $10,000 on a bag that is not in stock, like, the whole concept is insanity. So how can you make any sense out of a sales associate being a little bit upset? Like, the whole thing is just, there is no sense to it in itself. So yeah, there's more to it than that. You have to understand maybe what the sales associate is going through, and yes, they are there to provide you with a service, but they're actually dedicated, they're probably their whole entire like youth to working in a retail store, and they maybe have nothing left to give, guys. Like, they probably have nothing left to give to you. So yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. Like, maybe they need to step down to casual or something, but they're probably having a bad day, and I would maybe use a little bit of sympathy towards anyone who is, like, sometimes when people are angry at me, or like if people are bitching about me, which they do on the internet, I think, why are they bitching about me? This must be something going on in their life that makes them so bored that they can do that. And I don't take it as it's not actually my problem. It is actually there's something going on with them. So there's nothing that I can do about that. You just have to kind of like distance yourself from it, or like choose not to focus on it. And same with like if a sales associate being rude to you, it's not actually your problem, that is their problem, and you can get the item somewhere else. Like, it's not like, these are just things, like anything you want in your life, guys, like any item, like bag, you can get it. Like, it's a thing. Like, it's not like you're trying to become a doctor here, you're trying to like, those are things that actually some people can never get that. Like, items, you can always find an item. I'm being serious. Like, any bag you want in the whole world, you can find it. You just might have to pay a premium, you might have to work in a luxury store to get the connections to get it, or whatever. But like, if you're this wound up about a thing, it's just like, maybe understand it's like not that important, basically. So I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, I mean, there's more to it than what you think. So I think I've been blabbing for like an hour. I haven't even discussed all the comments here. Okay, we've got YPF7717. Okay, and they say, seriously, the Hermes customers know more than the sales associates. And yeah, that doesn't surprise me, guys. Like, a lot of people who work in retail or retail store don't actually care about what they're selling. They just needed a job. So don't expect everyone who works in, for example, Prada to love Prada. They just like fashion, and they wanted to work in a retail store. It doesn't mean that they know everything about Prada. And yes, they do get trained to learn about the history and the products and the materials. But, you know, if someone is new, they might, like, a lot of people I've worked with who were new didn't know anything about the brand when they started. They didn't even know, like, the names of the bags, or, like, what that cost, or, like, nothing. Like, there are so many people who get these jobs who are just good at being a sales assistant, or they have retail experience, but there's so much, especially with Hermes, like, there's so much to learn, and you think they're gonna know everything? Like, you honestly will learn more from scouring the internet. Like, being honest here, guys, like, you're gonna learn more from your own personal experience, maybe looking at secondhand, maybe understanding the history of things. Like, these sales associates, like, I have met ones who honestly have such amazing brand knowledge and have actually taught me things. Like, it was one I got a few years ago who actually took me through the Hermes store and, like, told me about different things about Hermes. And they were just a trainee, but they were amazing. And then I've also gone into Hermes and they, like, literally know nothing, but it's really, I don't know what to say, guys. Like, you can't have much expectation of people who work in stores, because they all come from they're all there for different reasons, basically. Hey guys, I had a lot more to go through. Some people thought it was funny when I said, RK said, you can take yourself on a journey down internet lane. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the Hermes experience. Just go on the internet, guys, if you want to go on a journey. But yeah, I mean, thanks guys for your comments on my last video. It really made me think, and it made me open up about, I guess, what my thoughts are as well. And let me know, guys, if there's anything else you want me to talk about in terms of topics, because, like, I just love blabbing on about fashion and retail and, I guess, our handbag craziness. So yeah, thanks for watching my video today, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!